Okay. So come to the subblocks and the first one, stored procedures. We are going to be okay. We're using stored procedures by using out parameters, and the out parameters whenever we want to use under procedures. Okay. So there is some particular the procedure and the particular mechanism we need to follow, because we can't send the values to out parameters directly. So that's why we need to create one referenced variable or binding variable to the out parameters, and later you can pass it. Okay, no? Right. And come to the next one. One more parameters we are going to be using under procedures. Okay, so now take it out. So example on in outer parameters. Okay. And this, let me go for one example on this. So as of now, we are using separately in and outer, but now we will take one parameter with the parameter is in type as well as the parameter is out type. Okay, now. So now when it was in out parameters, then how to work? Okay, right. So come to see the first small example here. We were to go create or replace. So I want to take your procedure SP number for a SP number 4, and the one parameter X, it was in and it was out. The data type is what now? Number. So later is or as. Okay, I just give it begin. And now you can see here I'm passing x is equals to x into x into x. Okay. And finally end. And carefully observe here x is the two kind of behaviors. One is in behavior to accepting the values. One is out behavior to returning the values. Okay, now? Now, so now when I call this procedure, when the procedure is having in-out parameter, okay, actually how to call procedures execute command we are using generally. So SP4 offer. Here, how many values I need to pass? Only one, because we said in sorted on Saturday we said if your procedure is having how many number of parameters, exactly that many values we need to pass. So here only one parameter is there, but the parameter is which type? In type and also out type. In out means what we said, the parameter which can accept and also return. So now if I'm giving here 5, for example, so 5 is the in value. But X parameter is not only in type, it is a out type also. So that's why you can't send the value directly, or you cannot assign the value to my X directly. Because if X is a in type, I can directly assign. But your X is which type? Out type. In and out type. So directly when we are assigning some values to my X, when it was in and out, then it was showing some error. What it was saying, okay, expression 5 cannot be used as an assignment to target. Okay, na? You can't directly assign here. So then how I can overcome this again? Okay, na? Right down below. Okay, write this. Okay, so this is your problem. Then how to overcome here? Observe. Will I write down? To overcome the above problem, we need to follow the following four steps. Follow the following four steps. Are so step number one. First, we need to declare bind or referenced variables. So what is the syntax for this? So variable, and your variable IABLE is optional. And next variable name. And so your variable name means reference variable. Okay. So bind or referenced variable name. After that, data type and size. Next, step number two, we need to assign a value to the bind or referenced variable, variable. So whenever you need to assign some value, so we should follow this. So execute colon, and you should give bind or referenced variable name. Variable name is equals to assignment operator, sending value. Then step number three, later what we want to do to add a bind or referenced variable, to a stored procedure, So how we need to do this? So we are passing execute and give it your procedure name of, then you can send your binding variable name. So bind or referenced variable name. Then step number 4. Then after that, print bind or referenced variables. In the print statement, the same as in the previous, okay, out parameters. So here I'm using print and give it your bind or referenced variable name. Okay. So these are the four steps you need to follow, guys, here when you are working with the in-out parameter. Right on. Okay. Right. So these four things, how I want to use here. Observe the solution of the table problem. Now you can see. First, you need to declare one referenced variable. Suppose A is type is what now? Number. After that, to this referenced or bind variable A, I need to assign some value 5. Okay, now? After assigning the value to A, then this A bind variable, I need to add to my procedure SP number 4. And now add your bind variable colon A. Then after you need to print A. So what is the logic here? Cube logic. X into X into X. In X place, what we are assigned here? A. A is equals to 5. So 5 how many times will execute? 3 times. So 5 into 5 into 5. And to execute now, 125. Right down below. Okay. Now understand now. So in parameter, calling of procedure is one level. When you have in and out parameters individually, one level. When we are using in-out parameter, one more. So three different parameters modes, three different ways to call. Okay, now? Now take one more example on this. Create a procedure, create a procedure to input employee number and return that employee's salary from EMP table by using in out parameter by using in out parameter. Okay, right. So here input number, return salary. Understand now? By using in and out, how to do this? Now we can come out and see. So create or replace. What is this? Procedure. Procedure MSP number 5. Here one parameter I'm declaring X. This is what type? In and also out. So number. Okay. And what we want to do is our as. Later, what we want to use begin. And now here I'm writing select what we required retrieve salary. So salary, that salary I'm storing into which variable? X parameter variable. So into X from EMP, where condition what? EMP number is equals to X. Why I'm taking X is both because it is a in and out. So storing and returning. So that's why salary I want to store into X based on employee number X. So X value in employee number giving, storing salary. Okay, na? Right. So now after that, I need to end to execute now. Now how to call here? Same procedure, 4 steps. Variable, some A or something. Declare what now? Number. After assign. Okay, to this variable, I need to assign. So you're assigning means what now? Employee number. For example, 7788, some number I was given. So this 7788, if as a inner, here it will take inner. See, here it will take a year. So what is now 7788? This 7788 employee what salary? I'm taking from EMP table, storing into again X, because again X, why I'm taking here? Because it is a out also. So the both. So now here I'm going to execute. After that, add this one to procedure SP number 5 of colon A. Now 7788 employee salary, how much it will be display? Yes, 3000. Okay, now right down below. Okay. Hmm. Okay, right. So these are procedures with different parameters in, out, in, out. Okay, now? Right. And the next type of object in sublog, right down below. What is the second object? Stored functions. Stored functions. Okay. And now, so generally, what is function? Okay. How can you define a function? Come on, Java students. A function is nothing but, huh? It's a piece of a code or block of code to perform some task and must be returned a value. Okay, na? So same syntax, same definition, how you are going to be defined in Java.NET, same here also. Okay, na? Right down below. A function is a block of code to perform some task and must return a value and must return a value. Okay, na? So this is function definition. And what is the general syntax of your function? Okay, now. So same as how the procedure is created, same as here also. So replace and give it your function. Give some function name of the parameter you can send. Parameter name one and pass your data type. But your mode types are not there. Okay, na? Right. But function always to be written. So that's why I'm using return statement. What it was written means your data type. So data type of variable, it will be returns. And after that is or as keyword. Here also you can use both, any one keyword you can use. Then after I want to declare my variables. Then begin. And under we need to write some function body or statements. Okay. And here again one more return statement, and you're returning here what now? Name of the variable. Name of the variable, end and execute. Okay, here observe. Here two written statements I'm using. One is a function out of the body and function inside the body. Inside the body, written statement should be use a name of the variable. Outside of the body, written should be use a data type of the variable. So here, which variable are you declaring here? This variable data type is written and this variable name is written here. Okay, now, so in the example, you can understand that. Now below write down how to call, how to call a stored function. So can you remember the syntax of calling function? Previously we used, what is that? Select function name of sending value or values. Okay. And from, there is one special table we are using. What is the table name? Dual. Okay. Right. So as per this, let me go for example. Create a function to input employee number and return that employee name from EMP table. Okay. Now, so your input is what now? Number. Output is what now? Name. So name data type is what? Varchar 2. EMP data type is what? Number. Understand now? So now you can come out and see. So create or replace. What I want to use? Function. My function name is SF1. Our parameter EMP number. The type is what now? Number. So I need to return. But here, as per my question, what we need to return? Employee name should be returned. Employee name is which type? Varchar. So that's why here you can use a varchar 2 because data type of variable. Understand now? Then after as. Now here one variable I'm declaring. What is that? V underscore e name for storing purpose. Name is storing purpose. Varchar 2 of a size. Then after what? Begin. And how to call here? Select ename into v underscore ename from EMP table. What is the condition? Where EMP number is equals to parameter EMP number. Okay, now? Then after, where my employee name I saved here? I saved into v underscore ename. So that v underscore ename variable, I need to return na? Yes, that's why here what I'm saying here, return, what we need to return? Name of the variable. What is the name of the variable? V underscore ename. Then after, end my begin statement and execute. So what it was showing us, function created. And now function created, you can call the function select SF1 employee number 7788 if I'm giving, and from dual, then what happened? You can see this number is belongs to which employee? Scott. Okay, now? Right down below. So these are very simple, the functions preparations. Okay, now? So if you have a basics good idea, okay, then you can easily work with this. Okay, right. So here, which variable are you returning? That variable name, we can pass at return statement under function body, and that variable data type, we can pass it at return statement out of the function body. Okay, now this two is important, and this two, if you get some idea, remaining thing is easy. Okay, right. And the next one, take one more example. Create a function. Create a function to to return to return the sum of to return the sum of salary of sum of the salary of sum of the salary of the given department name. Okay, create a function to return the sum of the salary of the given department name. So here, which department name the user was given us, that department sum of salaries I need to calculate. Okay, now? But your problem is there. Just observe. Come to my database now. Come to my database now. So we have one of my table. Okay, select star from EMP. But guys, here what it was happening, you can observe. In this EMP table, do you have any department names are there? Do you have a department names? No. So I don't have any department names, but I have what now? Salary. But sir, department names are where it is, sir. Means another table. The table is called as what now? DPT. And this one of the department I just remove unnecessary. But DPT number is equals to 50. Now department. How many departments here? 4. So here department names are available. Now just think about department names are there in one table. Salaries are there into another table. So our required data when it was having in multiple tables, how to retrieve? By using joins. So here also I need to use what now? Joins. Okay. How I'm using joins? Observe. Create or replace. What is this? Function SF number 2. And what I need to input here? Department name. So my parameter is a dname. Dname is which type? Varchar2 type. Then after return, what we need to return? Sum of salary. Sum of salary means which type? Number type. Number. Is or as one variable. What is a variable? Sum of sal. Okay. Is which type here? Number type. Okay. Then after begin. Here query careful observe. What we need to find out here? Sum of a salary. The whatever the sum of salary we calculated, that I want to store under V sum of salary variable. V sum of salary variable. But this sum of salary are you taking from which table? EMP table is one table EMP table E, comma, or else we can say which join here? Inner join. Next one is what now? DEPT D. So from these two tables they are taking. Okay, now? After that, which conditional basis they want to take on? Come on. E dot DEPT number is equals to D dot DEPT number. And who's the departments here? Departments name wise. So department name where I saved here parameter. What is the parameter? P underscore department name. So which department name are you passing? The department name here it will take, and the department numbers are matching in two tables. How many times matching checking? Those matching salaries together it will be make it sum, and the sum of salary result will make it in variable. Okay, now sum of salary. So sum of salary it will be sum of salary. Okay, otherwise I sum of sal. Hmm. So where I want to keep a sum of sal. From EMPE in adjoin. Department D on class E dot DEPT number, comma D dot DEPT number, and department name is equals to parameter. Okay, D name. Okay, fine. So the sum of salary. But the sum of salary, where are you saved in your variable? What is our variable? Sum of sal. Okay. And finally, end to execute now. So function successfully executed and call this function SF number 2 of what should be give department? What is the department? Suppose sales. So sales from dual, then sales total salary how much? 9,400. Right down below. Okay, right. And take one more example. Create a function, create a function to return, to return the number of employees are joined, joined in between the given two dates, in between the given two dates. Okay, so here the question is what now? From which date to which date are you given? So and so date to so and so date. From so and so date to so and so date. Whatever the dates we are passing here, in between these dates, how many number of employees are joined in my company? For example, 1st January 2010 to June 31st, 2023. So this is my starting date, ending date. So in this dates between, how many number of employees are joined? Okay, now? So now here, observe carefully. Come to the table. If you want to see the table, this is complete information about the table. 14 employees, and there which column here? High dates are there. So now I will be preparing one function for this replace, and what we are using, function SF number 3. And here I will take two arguments or two parameters. Starting date, okay, data type is what? Data. Next one, ending date, data type is what now? Date. So two dates I'm taking, starting SD, ending ED. Okay, now? Right. Then after return, what I need to return? Number of employees. Number of employees, which type? Number always, number type as the variable. What I want to say? So number of otherwise num emp, number of employees. So number of some size. Okay. Then after what? Begin. Then now number of employees to finding purpose. Which function? Count function. Very good. So now I want to use count of star into where I want to save counter. Num emp. Okay, from which table? EMP. What conditions here? Where? What is the column? Where higher date, which operator? Between, what is that? Starting date and ending date. Is it clear? Now later, we need to return, what is the return type, return variable? V underscore num emp. V underscore num emp. Finally, and execute your function. Okay, right. So now I'm giving some, okay, some dates here, SF number 3. Okay, so starting date, for example, 01 dash Jan dash 81 to 31st December 1981. And from dual. So total, how many employees are joined? 10 employees. Now you see your table, 10 employees are joined. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in 1981, how many employees? 10 employees. Right now? Okay. Mm. Now got it some idea? Functions how to create as per your requirement. Mm. So one example I'm giving. Can you try now? Can you try or not? Try down. Create a function. Question carefully observed and to understand that. Create a function to input employee number and return that employee gross salary. Return that employee gross salary based on the following conditions. The following conditions on basic salary. Okay, now? So what is your conditions here? Observe. My first condition here, HRA 10 percentage. Next, dear allowances, DA 20 percentage. Next, third one, PF, okay, 10 percentage. So this is my requirement. Create a function to input employee number and returns that employee gross salary based on the following conditions. On conditions on what? Basic salary. So that means if you want to find out HRA 10 percentage, day allowances 20 percentage, PF 10 percentage. First, what we require first, employee basic salary. Because once you know basic salary of employee, then I can calculate these all the things. If I don't know the basic salary of employee, how I can calculate that employee HRA how much? Yes or no? So that's the first basic salary we should know. Which employee number is given? The user at runtime level, which employee number is given? That number, basic salary to know, then after find this all. Okay, so that means, for example, if you entered one of the numbers, some user entered 7788. This 7788 employee, first what we need to find out? Basic salary. Suppose basic salary is a 3,000 rupees, for example. Then before you need to calculate gross, first to calculate HRA, DA, PF. HRA 10 percentage. 10 percentage means how much? 300 HRA. DR allowances 20. How much? 600. Next, PF 10% is again 300. So now this total is called as a gross salary. Is it correct? The total how much here? 4,200. So 4,200 is a gross salary of which employee? 7788 employee. Okay, na? Now, as per the things, tell me how many parameters? Parameters. One parameter. Very good. How many variables? Huh? Four variable. Huh? Check it out carefully. One variable 3,000. 3,000 is called a basic salary. HRA purpose 1. DA purpose 1. PF purpose 1. Gross purpose 1. Total 5 variables. So one parameter in function. 5 variables. Okay, now? Can you try this? Right now? Try. Previous examples, how we written, check and write. Completed? So do one thing, try it home, and day after tomorrow show me. Okay, na? Hmm. So tomorrow no class, you know, na? Okay. And we will go for on Wednesday and try it home once. Okay? Right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. So online people tomorrow no class. Okay? Right.